Hello, once again, my dear viewers, and welcome to another Moonflower Tarot reading. In today's message, I'm going to be channeling for the greater collective a message from your soul about paradigms that you are either moving on from or need to move on from, and ways to get there. And as always, if you like these readings, please comment down below, like and subscribe. If you're new here, welcome on board. I'm going to be taking these messages in from your higher selves, guidance, spirit guardians. Take it only as it resonates, as this is a general reading. And this is going to be helping you prepare for a paradigm shift that seems to be on the horizon as we are going to be entering into the astrological new year in April. We are transitioning into also the year of the snake at the end of the month on the 29th, which is also a new moon in Aquarius. So there's a lot of transitions happening that is bringing up a lot of stagnancies and forcing us to change. So, without further ado, let's take a look into the main energy of the collective, whoever chose this pile, to see where you are at right now. And we are undergoing a lot of transformations and change, because we do have, that doesn't really surprise me at this point. If you're seeing the number 10 come up a lot, if you're seeing specifically images of clocks or wheels, or even the temperance card, that is your confirmation that change is happening. You could possibly also be going through a winter, or I'm also hearing there are life path 9s here too. This seems like a very, it's a different age, but it's an age for transformation, and there's a lot to it and a lot of people going through it. So just know you're not alone. You do have a lot of angels around you, I feel. Especially if you clicked onto any of the other videos on this channel. I'm being taken back either into May of last year and into this one. Something you might have done, some seed you planted, or something you considered changing, even if it feels like a year ago. Something you decided to do over a year ago is going to manifest in a real way this year. And subtle things in your life might be highlighted as instances where you need to change and shift ideologies, especially when we consider aligning with manifestations, however big or small they are. It does take time to adjust ourselves, because it isn't just like waving a magic wand and these things appear. No, you do have to embody the manifestation. And a lot of that boils down to changes in your life you make, whether it's your lifestyle, different habits, money. I'm also hearing getting out of a place of complacency. So it really is about having that drive to change and pursuing it, seeing it through, not giving up, like like setting a New Year's resolution and not giving up halfway into February. If you want to make consistent change, and this is beautiful, because in my own meditation this morning, something came up about, and I've said this before, I must have said this in another reading, but it still stands true with this, with manifestations and shifting your reality and, good karma and abundance. It takes time. 6 months of consistent changes make a bigger change. And basically making a small change over time adds up. It's about consistency. It's about following through and keeping at it. And if one thing or one approach to your journey doesn't work, there's always another approach you can take, because it's just about following your heart's desire in your life path. Now, it might not manifest in the way you think it should or the way you planned it to be, but it will manifest eventually. It's just about setting those intentions to be what you want to be, to head towards a direction and just allowing the universe to take you there. And sometimes detours are a blessing in disguise, because you might see something along the way you didn't even realize could be possible. Like, you're missing a lot of stops along the way on your path if you just refuse to go off to the scenic route and adjusting your field of vision, you know, and just kind of going forward straight to the finish line. So it's like, for example, if you're starting up, because this is coming, it kind of feels like this is more, I'm feeling more career based. For some of you, this could be career. I'm definitely picking up career and finances. Like, if you were in a specific field of study, let's say counseling, that's coming to mind. That might be specific to one or more of you. If you were considering to be a counselor, but you didn't really know where to go or how to go about it, and you might not have been given enough direction, whether, out of school, if you were doing, I guess you would call it an internship, or, you know, like postmaster sort of thing. Like, you could have been led to places that might not have been in alignment with you, like a doctor's office to be a counselor, school district. Like, there's a wide amount of places you can go to with your degree. It's just about finding the right fit for you, and not, taking rejection as failure, or even having to walk away from a position in your field that might have seemed right for you at first but didn't really align with you, because there's no shame in it. You're still on the right path. You're still pursuing that career to help others in their mental health and well-being, as an example. It's just, maybe there was just a different door that was good for you, and that might last a lot longer than the one that wasn't a good fit. And it's just about taking your time, using the resources you have, using your guidance, but trusting your own inner guidance, because, like, you learned for a long time how to do this, and sometimes it just means finding your own way, unfortunately. But trust me, this is going to happen. You just, believe me, if you're seeing this right now, it is happening. It's the fruits of your labor are going to come into full bloom right now. It's just about continuing with the process, following through with yourself, and staying true to who you are, what your beliefs are. And this is all going to come in for you very, very dearly and truly to your heart. You are going to follow this. So it does seem like whatever you're seeking, you're going to find. And so these messages are going to help you through this transition. And I'm sensing most of you who are watching this are already going through it, have been through it, and just need more guidance as you are in it or about to go in it. However, if some of you haven't gotten there yet but are intending to make a change, definitely this year. So Sandalphon is an angel that has been working with me for a while, and she says basically to see this through as an angel of light, you need to set reasonable expectations, but see through that your goals match what it is your soul and your highest good wishes to manifest. And don't let your ego take the wheel and drive, because sometimes we mismanage our path forward based on outdated or even other people's perspectives. So in order to set foot on whatever endeavor you're going on, and I strongly encourage you, if you are wanting to change, this is your confirmation that you have the go-ahead and support from the angels and the universe and your guides and guardians. You take that step forward, but keep in mind, it will be very slow. It will be very steady, and it will take 6 months to a year. 6 months, if you're starting this year, it might even be into next May. But trust me when I say this, slow, steady over time, you will maintain that sense of stability and balance, and it will be like a kind of like a second life. Like, you were just reborn into this, and it's just second nature, and it's going to be given to you, and you'll receive it when you are ready for it most. But it just takes you to make the first step and do the planning, because this is the whole point of transformation and aligning with your higher purpose. It does take a bit of sacrifice and hard work and elbow grease, but 2 or 3 years down the line, you're going to thank your past self for making that choice, because you're going to see this through. Let's see what things you might need to work on to align with this. We're reading reversals. So we have the Knight of Wands, something you need a refresh in your life, something you might need to work on. Let go for let go of expectations. Um, Make sure you take it slow. So if you can't see this, we have the Three of Swords and the Knight of Wands. It's funny. So, oh yeah, I'm actually hearing the song Spiderwebs by No Doubt. I will, as always, link the videos in the description so you have a playlist if you heal by or learn by music, which is something I often do too. So I'm hearing Spiderwebs. So there might have been, yeah, I'm screening my phone calls. There might have been some heartbreak that you're still overcoming, and it might have been just a loss in trust in the people in your community. I'm also hearing the phrase, what has been done can't be undone. So, okay, so well, okay. So there's, yeah, no, that is tough, my dudes. Okay. Because I was just given an image from, was it Macbeth? And yeah, the part where she's washing the blood off her hands. So yeah, you were hurt. I am so sorry. It feels like some of you have gone through this and you're not as wounded anymore, but you're still kind of like dealing with the aftermath. Or you could have also been the one doing something that you regretted. Oh yeah, because I'm okay. So I just got that burn. I got a burning in my heart. I actually felt that very deeply. So, seeing the color green, there's definitely something in your soul that needs healing, whether it is a mistake you made or a loss or even just cutting your losses. Like, spirit says your wishes are going to be granted, but you need to do what's right for you and the people you might have or need to make amends with. For some of you, if this is something you did that is sort of this weird, there might be some karmic debt standing between you and whatever is coming to fruition. And it could have been, and this will only resonate in, hold on, this might resonate with a few of you. Most of you have no, yeah, has no idea what this is. This is a message for just a few of you who might have been either someone who did something wrong with someone in their field. I'm hearing saboteur, something who did something that was, you knew was bad, but you did it because it was a survival thing. It was what you knew to do. And first, I want to say, take a step back. And if you haven't already sat with yourself and forgiven yourself, please do. If you want to make amends with the person you either hurt or took advantage of, I would only, at your discretion, do what you need to do for your soul's alignment. But that really is a choice you have to make for yourself. But I just want to say the angels, or Sandalphon especially, is saying to guarantee an income you need to make amends with those that you stole from. Okay. Yeah, in order to make amends and move on, if you feel guilty, if you know you were a third party person who maybe even interfered, and it was for your own survival, and at the time you thought it was for your own good, or you knew you were acting on wounds and impulses, this is standing between you and your abundance, and I'm so sorry. Like, if it doesn't resonate for you, this isn't for you, but for who it does, I just need to say this to you because it's for your soul's growth. Because at the end of the day, it's just a debt you're carrying on with you for the rest of your life and into the next one. And with peace and love, let go of this by saying you're sorry, admitting to it, being like, okay, I did this, and the people I did it to, either you say it directly to them or you call to their higher self and ask for forgiveness, and then you have to forgive yourself. And that's the whole process of grieving and healing. Is, you know, you did something wrong, you aren't proud of it, you walk away from a situation, you allow yourself to heal, You approach the person you hurt and ask for forgiveness. And if they don't, that's on them, not on you. At least you made that move to ask them in the first place because you want to at least make it right with them. And then you make it right with yourself by forgiving yourself. And that's how you cut a karmic cord and tie. But if you have baggage, that's going to follow you wherever you go, whether it's a career, whether it's, out there in life, or I'm hearing mostly this is a very much a workforce related thing, or just your small community. I'm even hearing spiritual community. I'm getting a lot of doctors' offices too, so there might be medicine. And that's the thing with competition. I mean, it is a sort of this means of survival, but your survival, it's the fight, flight, fawn, or freeze response. It is acted from a place of a wounded ego. And you might realize that, and it's not meant for you to carry. So once you let go of this, these will come into fruition tenfold because you did what you needed to do to clear your own debt. And that's just taking a look inside yourself to see where you might have messed up. And that really is on you to do. And I feel like this is a few of you, but they really need to hear the tough love. And if someone did this to you, yeah, they're going to see their manifestations taken from them and yours will be given to you tenfold. I'm also hurt because I'm hearing the word threefold, trifold. So, yeah, so I think, let me focus on this Knight of Wands. You're overcoming some sort of challenge. You are your own knight and valiant steed that's overcoming this weird challenge or blockage. And it might just have to do with you letting go and moving on. And if this is a third party person who may have sabotaged you in the past, they will get their karma, especially if they don't make amends with you. And especially if you've done nothing but be the better person or walk away, or even if you weren't, even if you did have conflict, if you from this point on choose to walk away and leave it to your angels, even if they never apologize and you never necessarily forgive them, you at least had the grace to choose to walk away and act upon your light rather than your dark. And the more you walk away from the situation or the people in your life who caused these blockages, were sabotaging you, and overcoming these fears of being hurt again, you're going to find that these are going to come in a lot sooner than you think, whatever manifestations you have. It's just about being discerning about who or cannot come with you along the way and who is and is not deserving of basically having your light shined on them, because you always shine your light no matter what anybody says. However, when there are people out there who are triggered or wounded by your light, they will come in to try to cut you down. The Sandalphon is saying you're protected as long as you stay in your own lane, focus on yourself, don't respond, disengage. And if need be, you just take every interaction very seriously and you just stay in your own lane and you don't choose to fight back. It's just when there's something is a losing battle and the third party person will not change or will not back down without a fight, or still chooses to do the wrong thing, you choose to do the right thing and just kind of let them have their moment where they're doing what they're doing, within reason. If they're doing something really bad, of course, I highly suggest you do any means possible to, I'm not going to suggest anything as far as legal counsel goes, but I'm just saying there's a sort of a balance of a fight you want to participate in versus a fight you can't. And there's a time and place for it, and you will know if this resonates for you. I think it's the difference between someone actually doing something illegal against you, which would, require arbitration at your discretion, or the matter of someone saying something mean to you or claiming, their work as your own, or taking a job position they knew you wanted to take ahead of you to kind of block you from getting in, or whatever that might be. I'm also hearing there's a lot of like financial stuff that might have blocked you. It's just a matter of people will do what they do And this doesn't feel like it was something that was illegal. It was more like a kind of a petty, like high school kind of like competition. Yeah, no, I mean immediately being taken to High School Musical and Sharpay. Y'all have like Sharpays, except if they're like Sharpay, if she was Regina George, basically. You might have some of that in your life. Some people who are like, you don't get to be the lead of the play, and so you get to. God. Oh yeah, okay, so so that's basically it. It's like you can't. It stinks that they did that and it was wrong of them, and that's clearly being a bully, and it broke your heart and it betrayed you. However, it's like, what are you gonna do? You don't react. It's like, okay, I'm going to go off Broadway and make a life for myself. And I'm going to just shine. And it doesn't matter if I wasn't part of your stupid High School Musical. I'm going to go off and do Shakespeare in the Park or something. Like I'm immediately being also taken to Star Kid. If you know, that channel or the musicals they put on. Yeah, it's sort of like, listen, I couldn't make it in this theater, this field, but I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do something even more fun and off the wall because I'm not restricted by this group of people or this clique, because all y'all are separated into different groups of people. Where's the fun in that? Everyone deserves a chance to be part of the musical and on the stage play of life. I mean, literally. um, Life is a play, life is a stage. Everyone has a chance and deserves to shine, and you're going to be the main character. It's just you got to let go of these side characters and their petty side plots because they were the stars in their own tragedies, and you're just going to go out there living your miracle life. You just got to not necessarily get over it. You need to basically make amends with yourself and love yourself enough to say, you're not worth my time. Well, you were going over there weaving webs. You ain't worth my time. I ain't answering your calls. You're not part of my life anymore. New phone, who dis? Like, I'm answering a call back. I got my own production company. I got my own studio. I got my own private practice. It's just going out there on your own. If you can't make it with a group of people, you make it for yourself. You start your own private practice. You start your own business. You know, I'm also hearing, if any of you have altars, light a candle for peace. Because I'm also hearing that Advent song, light one candle for peace. Is there, was there anything else? Oh, I'm hearing the song Karma Chameleon. Yeah, there's a lot of good karma and abundance coming your way. It's just about staying on your own path and true to yourself and not fighting back or reflecting back the darkness to them. It's just also understanding that all that glitters is not gold. So what might seem shiny at first or in the past, it's probably not good for you. And what is meant for you will find you. It will be you. And sometimes, you know, God closes 1,000 doors, and then there's one big bright golden door open for you with a neon sign pointing at it and a halo above your head, because after everything is said and done, you did the right thing. And he loves you for that, and he encourages you, because you're going to be walking into that palace and leaving behind you the people who told you you're not allowed to have that, because they were just working off of their own self-limiting beliefs, and they didn't want to see you have that, where they didn't think they could get it. But you get to decide that for you. No one else gets to decide what you can and cannot have. Only you can. Like Sandalphon is saying, if you're going to be a guiding light, sometimes you have to bring that darkness to the surface and move on. But if you move on too soon, you might run into things that are part of an old cycle that are not good for you. And this is part of why there are these things being set in motion encouraging you to change right now. Because, yeah, so this is the end result. These were sort of like the suggestions of the blockages you were going through. And Sandalphon, this is your end result. Sandalphon says, Sandalphon says this is your end result. Every single time I pause like that, it's literally me adjusting my, I think of my crown or that crown chakra as like an antenna to the divine. And every once in a while, I'll get so many messages coming through me at once because Sandalphon keeps interjecting and then I keep speaking. And immediately I'm like, I got to adjust my energy antenna. And that's just what I did. I'm like, changing channels. I'm also being called to take out my little alien guy. I have some charms for you at the end, hopefully. If I remember, and we're not running too long. Hey, fam, if you're here, congratulations. You're about to step into this time of abundance. Once you kind of work through this and you let go of this, because we got another 10 here. So you get the 10 of Pentacles. The seeds you planted a long time ago or over time from when you are initially hearing this message or making that change, it's going to come to fruition. It's going to blossom. It really is one of those sustainable energies of long term, like income and a foundation. I was also hearing the Lord's Prayer um, very briefly to deliver us from evil. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting. So there's a lot of angels protecting you. Sandalphon is working with me right now, and she says she has a gold, almost rainbow aura to her. So if you see the color gold, I'm also seeing gold, um, like gold leaf, like a gold leaf cup or chalice that is like it's like a clear cup or a chalice or like a wine glass with gold leaf rim around it. If that resonates with any of you, you're just feeling a lot more abundant within this year or the next year, because it's about those seeds planted being sown, but it's sort of like longevity over a temporary sort of thing. And it's about stepping into that side of you. I'm hearing some of you, I'm hearing fortune and fame, but for you, it's not about the fortune and fame, because that's the whole thing about pursuing your passion, pursuing your life's goals and journeys. You find abundance in that. It's not part of the material realm. This life force that drives you forward. It's an immaterial place that creates the world around us. And when you follow that path of your light with the intention of doing good by you and the people around you, and you stick to that, and your choices and actions reflect your heart, reflect what's inside of you, there is your abundance, there is your wealth, there's your gold. Your goal is met too. It's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and who knew your hard work would pay off? Yeah, because in the original Rider Waite's tarot deck, the Ten of Pentacles, there's a no, that's a Ten of Hearts. Sorry, I actually okay, so that's a good sign for some of you. The Ten of Hearts, the rainbow part of the Ten of Hearts, or the Ten of Cups. Sorry, yeah, because I got shown that vision of the Ten of Cups. So you might also be having emotional fulfillment along with this material fulfillment, and it's not necessarily about being a freaking millionaire or billionaire. It's just comfort. It's sustainable growth. It's living comfortably in your means with peace and just quiet. And you get this sense of unity around you. You're coming into unity with yourself and the people around you who resonate on your level, and I'm hearing replacing the toxic coworkers you left behind, or replacing any toxic people in your life or family or saboteurs or naysayers. Yeah, we're being taken back to High School Musical. If you like that, that probably is for you. Um, yeah, I'm also seeing Cancer rising. Um, yeah, definitely your network will grow. You'll create a lot of new connections coming up in this year. Says Sandalphon, the more you grow with yourself, the more your vision grows, the more your empire grows. Let's say you're going to come into this good fortune and wealth and abundance. It's going to follow you wherever you go, because you go where your soul leads you, and the rest of the material world follows. And if you're transitioning from one state to another, it might be a little bit harder at this point, but further along the lines, especially when you consider the idea of hopping onto a new timeline or just even ascending on a new level, if that resonates with you, that takes a lot of effort to break through, because you even think about learning new habits, forming new habits and unlearning old ones. There's always going to be those moments where we're tempted and we fall back into those addictive behaviors, or we fall back into people pleasing or fawning or not standing up for ourselves. There's always going to be those moments, but those moments are a test to our light. Are you going to let the darkness drive you? Are you going to let your ego drive you? Are you going to let the wounds of the world drive you? Or are you going to be driven by your light? And even if you kind of fall back a little, you're not gone. Even if you fall back a little and give into those vices, it's not something you should be ashamed of, because it's a part of your journey to learn. And it still comes from a place of self love and confidence that, well, I might have messed up today. Well, I might not have done as much as I want to do. I still love myself enough to choose to let myself make those mistakes, and give yourself permission and be okay with having those off days and permission to make mistakes. You are allowed to. You are a human being. And in the past, people wouldn't have given you forgiveness for making a small mistake, even if you forgave them 10 times over. And you have to learn to do that for yourself and adjust your behavior by acting from a place of love, even when you did something that might not have been aligned with you, might not have been what you wanted to do. But that's how your soul grows. You let go of that and have the confidence that you're going to get emotional fulfillment with this. You're going to get unity. You're going to get abundance. You're going to be living comfortably. I'm also hearing like you're going to be free of debt, or anybody who has not let go of their wounds might end up having a debt. So this is also kind of a word of caution. And I know that might trigger some of you, but the biggest thing you could do for yourself, and you do it for your soul, is to detach from the part of you that's being held back. And it's about not accumulating debt in your soul over time, because then that adds up into the next life. I'm going to grab a few more charms to give you one final message about how this is going to be. Okay. So you're going to be buying, I'm hearing generational wealth in a family home. Butterfly. Okay. So this situation, okay, this is going to be changing something. Definitely, yeah, living in comfort, healing your heart, a lot of abundance coming your way, especially the higher heart chakra. You're going to be loving your life and loving yourself a lot more. I'm also hearing the phrase equal exchange. What was taken in darkness will be shown in light. Okay, I think that's actually a Bible verse. I'm going to have to look it up and I'll put it down below. But yeah, that was a Bible verse. I just think stand upon. What was taken in darkness will be shown in the light, basically. The truth will be revealed either way. And sometimes when you let go, that's when the truth comes in. When you need it most, also, I'm hearing you're going to be living very comfortably very soon. Some of you might be buying a car or a house, or maybe even renting a property where you'll be able to work out from. Of freelancing. Yeah, I'm seeing a counselor who's creating their own generational wealth to pass along, or their own private practice. If so, it's good. Thumbs up. You're gonna do very well there. Yeah. I'm also seeing a ginger cat, like or a white cat or a ginger cat around you. You might have spirit guides or animals. That might be for some of you. I'm also seeing a parrot, a macaw. A macaw parrot. If birds you're drawn to, that's a sign that you're protected. Or even if you see it out like an emoji or a symbol, that's your sign that your angels are around you and protecting you. Bird feathers. You're going to see a lot more signs and synchronicities along the way too. So I think this is all I have for you. Okay. I have one more message from Sandalphon. Sandalphon is saying this abundance is a lot more than you think you can handle, but you can handle it. Basically, she's saying you think you might not be able to handle what's coming in because it might be overwhelming, but give it into consideration, however, that there might be some energetic universal debt against you. And the universe is kind of a debt collector. Source basically takes consolidates debt, as it were. So whatever abundance you're receiving in your life, even if it doesn't come from the apology or someone, or you getting back what you lost directly from what took it from you, it's sort of like this weird sense of the universe collects, okay, this person took from you, I'm going to put it into the savings account plus interest. And then when it's time, I'm going to give it to you in the form of resources, in the form of a bank loan, in the form of the perfect place at the perfect time to run your practice. That's kind of how that law of attraction works, if we want to put it into a more kind of a figurative term. But that's why you don't want to act out against them, because you're basically taking from your own insurance fund. That's what that is. It's universal insurance. Okay, they're not going to be able to repay me. So God is going to pay for your damages. So that's kind of the resources you need are going to be coming to you, is basically what I'm hearing. So that's what I have for you today, my dear viewers. If you stayed long enough, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you're liking these readings if you want to hear more of them. Either way, I hope you have a blessed day, and I look forward to seeing you again.